Great morning, great morning, great morning. I am Nicole D. Jones, and I am just happy and grateful for another day. I'm happy and grateful for life. I'm happy and grateful for you. I say it every week. I will continue to say it. I appreciate your accountability. I appreciate your willingness to meet me every week on Monday morning for 30 minutes out of your journey and your time. It does not go it's not overlooked. It's not something that I take very lightly, but I do appreciate it. And I want to remind you that you are healthy, you are wealthy, you are prosperous. Everything your hands go to touch, it must, it shall, and it will manifest, prosper, and grow great things, regardless to what comes or goes, regardless to what your situation looks like, regardless to how you feel. You've got to know that you know that you know on this journey. Okay, you got to know that you are great. You got to know that you're created in his likeness and his image. You got to know that you are the head and not the tail. You got to know that you're above and not beneath. You got to know that nothing happens by chance or surprise to Jehovah God, just to us. You have to get to a place where you can walk through this journey, that no matter what is here, no matter what goes, you got to understand that in this journey, we're supernatural in this natural space, okay? We're spirit with a soul wrapped in this flesh. And when the fleshly things of this world happens, we got to know what is predestined and preordained and what is not, all right? When I say that, I'm saying there are things that are going to happen in this journey. We can't get past it. It just is what it is. Life and death. We're born to die. We can't get past it. But when these situations come, can we remember that we're healthy? Can we remember that we're wealthy? Because wealth isn't about money when I say that. Wealth is from within, all right? Can we remember we're healthy, we're wealthy, we're prosperous? Even when my bank account doesn't show me what defines my prosperity, we've got to put our perspective in the right place. Whew. None of that was in my notes, but I needed to hear that today, okay? Because life is life, and life is life, and life does not stop. This journey doesn't stop. The 24 hours in the day that God knows already what's gonna happen, it doesn't stop. But we have to learn to shift our perspective. We have to know that it's never what I go through, it's how I choose to get through it. We have to know that I'm the head. See, you may not take what I say, all right? The Nikki nuggets that come from me and the way that I say them, they might not be something you can hold on to. Maybe I have not given you enough yet to just chew on it, all right? But the Bible says that you are ahead and not the tail. You are above and not beneath. You are wonderfully and fearfully made in the likeness of his image. Whew. We got to know who we are in this path. We've got to know who we are in this journey. Oh, God, help me. Listen, we've been talking, okay? We've been talking about putting people in the right places. I say it all the time. Who has access to you and why? We've got to know that, all right? Because when things happen, we've got to know how to get through this journey that doesn't stop because something is going on with you. It doesn't stop because you have a bad day. It doesn't stop because your money's not flowing in the abundance that it's supposed to be. So we've got to get these relationships in the right place, okay? So we've been talking over the last 5 weeks at least about being more intelligent, more in tune, more in line with the relationships, with who has access to us and why, all right? Jesus had to have the 3, the 12, and the 72 sent out 2 by 2. And don't get caught up on the number. Get caught up on the positions, okay? The 3 were the safe place, all right? The 3 that he kept were safe. It doesn't mean that there wasn't flaws there. It doesn't mean that every day was perfect and peachy, but what it does mean is he understood the safety within those people. The 12 were the disciples, all right? It was who he knew that were his assignments, who he knew was on the front line in the front row of the classroom that he was pouring into. All right. It's not about the number. Who were the 72? In some versions, it talks about the others. That's everyone else. All right. But that's the people who are watching you. That's the people that you still may need to assign and say what to do, or give them information, or drop seed into their life. But what they do with it is not what's on the front line at that point. We have to be able to put people in relationships those categories. It just like he did. Okay, he had to prioritize and categorize. Why would we think we don't have to? Okay, so we talked about friends, we talked about associates, we talked about assignments, we talked about advisors. All right, and it all comes down to beginning to do this. All right, and I talked about it last week, but we've got to get to a place where for ourselves that we won't learn how to reflect. See, so now you have people in where you believe the category is. This is about to die. Hold on. Why is this not charging? The blood of Jesus. Hold on, y'all. Let me plug this in to something else. I guess I'm not supposed to listen to Whitney this moment. It's fine. I'll turn it back on when we're done. All right. So we've got to be able to reflect back on these relationships, okay? Because here's the thing. When you allow yourself this, because I told y'all last week, those emotional attachments will have you intoxicated. You'll be drunk in your spirit, all right? Your motor skills and your decision making, it could be delayed because of emotional attachments. So taking a moment to like go on pause or to reflect or to think about these relationships in your life, it allows your soul to get sober, okay? Just like someone's got to sleep off a high. Someone needs to sleep off and let some stuff wear off. Listen, we got to learn to sleep some stuff off. We've got to learn to take that time to just be able to self-reflect so that we can go ahead and get a clear mind, all right? And a clear perspective, all right? So you've got to take the time to evaluate and look at the relationships in your life. It's no different than if you become sick in your body, all right? How does a cold start? We start with these symptoms. We start with the sniffling, and then first we blame it on allergies. And then after 3 days, when it don't go away, and now your nose is running, it done went from clear to yellow. Now we go to the next. Listen, we got to learn to start evaluating and taking a moment like, oh, wait, hold on, I'm sneezing. All right. It ain't even no pollen outside. Where have I been? Who have I been around? Oh, I went to my homegirl's house and her son was sick. So you'll start to take a moment to just reflect, go back, all right? Look back over these relationships so that you can begin to make sure, one, that you have them in the right category, but two, you can begin to learn where you may need to medicate, all right? So look at this. You have to look at these to make sure they're in the right place, because if you don't, it can become damaging not only to you, but to that person, all right? If you have an assignment that you talk to as a friend, all right? Your friends are a safe place, but this was an assignment. And when that assignment is up, they may not be able to hold or even handle. Pause. I need y'all to understand, and I said this last week, but I just said it. Everyone that we talk to cannot handle where you are. Everyone does not have the capacity to hold what's going on with you. All right? Good, bad, or indifferent. And there are some who just don't want to. All right? That free will. This is why for you, you have to know where people are in your life, okay? Not what they think, but what you should know. All right. So listen, you have to look back, because if not, it can become damaging, not only to you, but to that person. All right. I tell y'all all the time, blessings, you listen, blessings are like the 50-cent piece, the 50-cent coin, except it's heads, not heads, tails. So with Jehovah God, the difference with him versus us is it's like he's pouring out. This is the coin. Blessings go to me, blessings go to you in one situation. Where with us, it's give and take. Okay? It's give and take. So we got to know, all right? You've got to have the right perspective. Never what we go through, how we choose to get through it. It's never what we go through. It's always how we choose to get through it, all right? So you got to also do this for yourself, because when you may be, listen, I'm in a pause right now, all right? Life is lifing for me, okay? Things have happened that are out of my control in this time. I'm having to understand that no matter how close something hits me at home, I've got to be able to have people in the right priorities of buckets, regardless to titles, regardless to, who they are in my life, the roles they play, so that I can maneuver through this season in my emotions the most healthy way that I can. All right? You've got to be able to do this for yourself, because you have to understand that you are responsible to be a good steward over your soul. Just like if you want financial prosperity, you must first be a good steward over your finances. All right? It's the same way with your soul, because that's what's been given to us through this journey. We're spirit with a soul wrapped in this flesh. So as we walk this journey out, you've got to be a good steward over your soul. So the reason that you have to self-reflect and you have to, know when to pause or put, certain relationships in the back pocket, you got to know how to drive your car, all right? You got to know what gear you need to be in, because if not, you got to understand whoever is pouring into you at the capacity that they're at. Okay? That may not be what you need in that time. Man, whew. Listen, I don't know about you, but this is good for me, all right? You've got to care more about you than someone's opinion about you, all right? So when you start reprioritizing and you start self-reflecting and you start realizing, because I told y'all these hats, these roles, these positions, they shift, they move, they shift, they pivot. All right. As we shift and pivot, as we walk out in this journey, these roles shift and pivot, and it's okay. But if you don't shift and move them in the right place, you'll start to receive and take in, all right, through your five senses, be it as in the conversation, be it if it's what you see, you'll begin to feed your soul. And if it's coming from the wrong bucket, you're damaging yourself. You're even damaging that person, because what's going to happen is as you start pouring out, because in life and in this journey, we give and we take, we send and we receive. You're going to pour out at a place and a level that it just may not be what it's supposed to be. Okay. This is when things become unhealthy. This is when relationships become toxic. And this is the thing. If you're dealing with someone that was a friend, has now become an assignment, but you're still speaking from a level of friendship, you can become damaging to the relationship. And not all relationships repair healthy. See, a reflection, it allows you to shift, okay? When you get to a place where you're understanding and you're starting to look, all right? For me, I can look at my sister, all right? My sister is my sister. But does that mean because she's my sister, she's my friend? No. But are there seasons where we're friends? Yes. So right now, we as a family, we're going through something, all right? Listen, listen. Very unexpectedly, I lost my uncle. This my dad's baby brother. Life is life, and y'all. We've got to put people in the right place. Now, last Wednesday, I spoke and I spoke out loud what I was willing to give Jehovah God if he would just do one thing for me. Now, the one thing that I wanted was more time, an opportunity. My uncle was not he was not awake. He was not up. They ended up, having to put him in a medical coma before he actually passed out. He woke up and I was like, God, thank you for waking him up. But now I want to be able to talk to him. I want to be able to be with him. And I ain't gonna lie, I had my moment of crying and, God, it's too soon. And, it's too soon. With dad, and don't take him from me. I'll give you more of me if you just give me him. Okay. The reason you got to have people in the right place. My sister can't be my friend right now because she's emotional. But in one conversation, she may be the safe place for me because I'm emotional. This could be in a day. You've got to understand now, through while something is going on, but a role and a position of a person you have to be able to identify with. So right now we're going through something. All right. My uncle was only 10. He's only 10 years older than me. So now I've gone through my emotions. I'm still a little angry. All right. I ain't a little, I'm mad. Right. My Bible says, Jehovah God told me I can be angry, yet not sin in my anger. Okay. So I have to put some things on pause. I have to put some relationships on the back burner. I have to be true to myself. All right. If me and James aren't in the whoo la la hearts, lovey-dovey stage, then maybe whatever was going on, I gotta pocket that right now because my emotions are all over the place. I need safety. So we can't even talk about what's going on. I just need you. See, we've got to learn how to pivot and shift. And you've got to know you're doing it for you. Okay. You've got to do this in every relationship. Okay. So me and my sister may talk 3 times in a day because in these pivots, there's grace that comes upon you. So my sister may have a defining role in this season, but in a moment, in an instant, in lifing, you have to understand that these same things will pivot, and maybe she's no longer in this role in this season. All right. My aunt is my aunt. But if she has to make decisions, me as niece has to learn how to respect them regardless of how I feel. Pivots, shifts, putting things in the right perspective, relationships in the right perspective. This is why it's so important. Okay. Reflection allows you to shift. It allows you to make healthier decisions. All right. Me, myself, may not agree with not being able to be there physically. He's in San Antonio. But if I didn't have my aunts and my uncle in the right place, I wouldn't be able to get over these feelings. Hear me very clearly. Get over the feeling of not being there, feeling left out, feeling like I should have been there and you took something from me. I said, get over, because I'm not about to lie to you or myself. I feel that way, but I understand those feelings are displaced. Okay? Because even with what I did with my dad, I didn't please everyone, but I did what I believed was best. I handled it the best way. I have to give them grace because they did the same thing. What puts me there? Understanding the relationships in my life and putting them in the right roles, in the right places, regardless to the person and who they are to me. We've got to learn how to do it. It's for you. So because of that, once these feelings come up, I'm able to see. And ultimately, I see the hand of God, because he gave me what I cried out for. He allowed me the opportunity to talk to Blue. He allowed him to talk to me. He allowed me to pray with him. He gave me what I asked for, even if it wasn't the way I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to go there. I thought I was going to have more time. I thought it was going to be a certain way. Listen, you've got to do this, because me, my sister, my daughter, my family, my husband, we all can feel how we feel. But nobody has done anything wrong. And even when I don't believe it, I got to have that anchor to ask God to help me with my unbelief. This is why we've got to put these, because see, when we put people in the right place, our expectations come to where they need to be. I can't even go back to my notes at this point. Listen, at the end of the day, you got to own your own decisions. You've got to learn to respectfully agree to disagree with those who come against your decision. But you've got to know that the decision is the right decision. If we believe that every day is predestined and preordained, then there's always a right answer. You've got to begin to learn how to shift and pivot your journey, because nobody else is responsible for it but you. You are responsible to be a good steward over your soul, over your decisions, over what you do. And the first thing I asked when all this happened, God, help me not make emotional decisions. Help me not make emotional decisions. See, I've had to be in the right place, because now feelings that I have not dealt with about grandma is coming up. My dad, that's just, woo, just too soon. Now my uncle. Life is lifing, y'all. But I'm still here. And I'm still here with purpose. So I have to steward my soul. All right? Listen, if y'all have missed anyone who know me, it's not about promoting me. I could care less if there's one person that listens to me or 1,000. I don't care. I'm going to say what I need to say. So when I tell you, go back to the YouTube channel, go back to I Am Nicole D. Jones, I'm not telling you to glorify me. I know, if I don't know nothing else, I'm sharing with you all as transparently as I feel I can, my journey. And I'm sharing with you what I believe God is telling me to share. All right? What we go through is someone else's healing. I just told someone this yesterday. Our trial, our tribulation is for someone else's healing. You're healed in the process of not giving up. Because everything we go through is bigger than us. It's the dots that connect through this journey to create and make us who we are called to be, who we've been chosen to be. It helps us learn to be, because we're supernatural in the natural space. So when life is lifing and it comes and you feel like you're surrounded, You got to know where your light comes from. This is why it's so important to know who has access to you and why. Because you will think your strength has to be from one place, but he'll begin to sprinkle it. He'll begin to sprinkle it. He'll begin to be able to give you what you need. But you have to have the people in the right place, because when this season is over, if someone was willing to be there for me, and now I'm like, oh, my friend. No, I understand that I'm going through something, and there is a grace, and he will raise up what I need to keep going. I can't get stuck in my emotion. I'm done. All right. But go back. Okay. Now that we've prioritized, and we've not even prioritized, but we've placed people in the right place, because we're learning who has access to us and why. We're learning how to discipline our expectations. So we're not looking for specific responses, but just responses. Okay. We're learning how to be a good steward over our own soul, so that we can make decisions that when our decisions don't go they go against the grain, or they don't go the way someone thinks, we're not moved by the manipulation or the emotion or someone else's emotions. I ain't even gonna say manipulation. We're not moved by someone else's emotions, because we know that we're governing our soul. All right. So I want you to remember to stay focused, stay humble, and stay positive. It's never what we go through, but it's how we choose to get through it. And we are supernatural in this natural space. Nothing happens by chance to Jehovah God, just to us. So when it starts to feel dark and heavy, we just got to know. We got to know how to get back to the light. All right. So I am Nicole D. Jones, and I want you to continue to have a fantabulous rest of the day. Smooches.